Hi everyone! Today we are diving into the gambling industry and why it is such a massive money drain for so many people worldwide. We will reference websites, certifications, and videos, so take everything with a grain of salt and focus on the core message. If you think we missed something or got anything wrong, drop a comment below. Okay, introduction over. Let's dive into this. Gambling isn't a modern invention. It dates back thousands of years and is one of humanity's oldest activities. Artifacts and writings related to gambling have even been found in ancient tombs. The concept involves making a prediction, interpreting the outcome, and determining winners or losers. In ancient times, practices like casting lots, though not strictly gambling, were common in seeking divine guidance. For example, the Roman guards cast lots for Jesus' garments during the crucifixion, as mentioned in the Gospels. However, today's focus is on modern gambling, which primarily involves betting money to win or lose financial rewards. The main point of the casino industry is that all games are designed in such a way that profitability is guaranteed for the casino. It doesn't matter whether someone wins big on the short term. The only thing that matters is the long-term edge to guarantee profitability. As an example would be the roulette table. If we had a coin flip that doubles your money when you win, it would either be heads or tails for the long run, so you would break even. In a roulette table you have, for example, red and black, which give you double the money, but here's the kicker. There is this green number 0 in European roulettes, and in American roulettes there's another green number which is a double 0. These are the edge a casino has, for example, on the red and black bet. Every other kind of bet you can think of always gives you something slightly less than breaking even. Always! This is a nice reference from Business Insider that gives you a rough estimate of the percentages of house edge, which might be even more conservative numbers than the real ones. Single-deck blackjack is the only game between the casino and the player that could be exploited, but it will be mentioned later on. Poker would be another one that you could have a winning edge, as it involves other players and not the house. Let's take a look at a few popular games. Slots are the most widely known casino game, in which you spin the wheel and the screen displays a number of items, fruits, or other symbols that, when matched in a specific line, depending on your bet, will reward you. Anything that involves a computer algorithm giving you a result on your bet guarantees that you will be a loser in the long term. For this, it would be helpful to understand the origins of the process by which a slots game gets approved by commissions before being placed in casinos or online. The International Software Testing Qualifications Board provides a comprehensive overview of the requirements a game must fulfill before being placed for public play. On page 47 of the gambling syllabus, an indicative list of areas that need to be covered is mentioned. The focus will be on the probability account report sheet testing and the RTP, return to player percentage. But as you can see, there are many other areas such as game functionality, memory leaks, and attract mode. Attract mode, for example, is the default state designed to hook players when they're not actively playing, using the imagery, sound, or other features of the game. Each aspect is crafted to grab your attention, keep you engaged, encourage betting, and prevent you from overthinking. On page 52, we can see an example of the information included in the probability accounting report sheet. It lists details such as the number of mechanical reels, possible jackpots, potential bonuses, number of pay combinations, and more. However, the most important piece of information is the payback percentage. On the next page, it's shown that all payback percentages are always less than 100% to maintain a house edge, but they are designed to be close enough to prevent players from feeling scammed and deterring them from playing. Small wins and returns provide the necessary dopamine rush to keep players engaged, but the psychological aspect will be discussed later. The key takeaway is that all games are meticulously designed and tested to ensure you lose before they hit the market. Of course, things can break and tests can never be 100% foolproof. Players may also find new exploits that need to be patched. That's why gaming auditors regularly check all games to ensure compliance with standard operating procedures. For instance, if a slot machine returns more money than expected, it is temporarily shut down for adjustments to maintain profitability for the casino. Minding the Data is a very cool channel for those of you that are interested in the math side of this topic, with examples like Aviator and how much is the house edge for such games. I highly recommend checking it out. Since we've covered most online casino games, it's time to mention the most interesting ones. Blackjack, poker, and sports betting will be discussed next. Blackjack comes in two forms: Single deck and multi-deck, single deck is always preferable for players, while the opposite is true for the house. For the sake of time, the focus will be on single deck only. As mentioned earlier, this deck's basic strategy has almost no house edge, similar to a coin flip. The most profitable strategy for players, as far as I know, is card counting. The idea is that, in a single deck game, when the dealer completes a session, the next one, only if the deck hasn't been reshuffled, will contain the remaining cards from the previous session. By counting high or low value cards, players can gain a significant advantage, betting more when high value cards are left and betting less when low value cards dominate the deck. Although not illegal, card counting is profitable for players, which is why the casino objects to it and tries to prevent or ban potential counters. Here is a popular and representative video of someone using this method, where casino employees noticed him, stopped him from playing, and forced him to either comply or leave.
Yeah. Got 9.
Yeah, Rick.
Just go ahead and push him back. Push him back.
Right now? What are you doing, man?
I know what you're trying to do. You're counting the cards with me. I'm going to let you play. I don't want you counting the cards anymore. I don't want to book your action.
Okay.
Okay? I just don't want you to play. Because you keep going 200, 500. I don't want to do that no more. You're counting cards with me and you make them to the shoes rich enough, then you're going out there and gambling. I'm keeping track. I don't want your action.
Never forget that cameras are placed in the ceiling and have 360-degree rotation to track everything. When someone looks suspicious, they are immediately flagged. Winners are almost always thrown out under the pretext of suspicious activities. Online casino flags players as well, using similar tactics on accounts. Anyone who can think of a way to exploit the system, online or otherwise, is always flagged. Poker is one of those games where, although the casino always wins by taking a small portion of the pot each round, it's primarily based on psychology and understanding your opponents. It requires a ton of skill, years of practice, patience, and enduring many large losses. Even if you manage to reach the top 5 to 10% of players who are profitable in the long run, is it worth pursuing that path? Keep in mind that poker is not purely about skill like competitive video gaming. Anything involving luck, in my opinion, can negate any skill level. You never know when a huge loss will come, even if you are the most skilled player in the world. Sports betting is another extremely popular gambling area where, like poker, skill is important, but luck also plays a significant role. However, much like the house edge in casino games, sports betting has a similar concept called expected value. Data providers send odds to bookmakers which are carefully calculated to return a negative expected value. In short, long-term play is again not profitable for players. An example of a typical bet is predicting whether a match will end with under or over a certain number of goals. I highly recommend this website, which calculates how much expected value you lose for each type of bet you place. It follows a similar philosophy to the roulette example mentioned earlier. The odds are always slightly less than breaking even. Winning strategies for sports betting include bonus hunting and arbitrage betting. Bonus hunting involves finding a bookmaker offering a bonus for a specific match outcome and then placing a bet on the opposite outcome with another bookmaker. This strategy ensures you win slightly less than the bonus amount each time. For example, if the bonus is $20, you can expect to make a profit of $10 to $15. However, this is highly flaggable and bookmakers will ban you from using offers if they notice, just like they did with my account. Arbitrage betting involves finding odds from different bookmakers that, when combined, guarantee a win. This is a very common practice, and it's why bookmakers will often ban you. Bookmakers can remove access to your account at any time, indicating suspicious activity, and this is perfectly legal, since winners are easily tracked, flagged, and eventually banned. With that said, I believe the games are now covered. Let's take a look at player psychology. The University of Cambridge has published research on the psychology of gambling. The key points I'd like to highlight come from the section on imaging the gambling brain. Advances in brain imaging technology have shed light on how continued play is maintained. Near misses choice effects during gambling, offering free drinks to cloud judgment, and removing windows from casinos are all strategies used to encourage prolonged play. Monetary wins activate a region near the brain center which is linked to the natural reward center, much like dopamine. This rewires the brain to crave more, which explains how people develop severe addictions and why gambling, in particular, can lead to such outcomes. The next sections are very indicative of what is happening. Apart from dopamine, damage is also done to the orbitofrontal region, which change risk-taking thought processes and judgment. Chemical imbalances in this brain region are prevalent when regular gambling turns to problem gambling. The illusion of control is also really important. Mere misses are the slight failure of hitting the jackpot when all else has been lined up perfectly. It is interesting that near misses are processed by your brain as if they were a win, as mentioned by the researcher Luke Clark. Personal choice is also another factor, which involves a supposed personal touch to the outcome, like throwing the ball yourself in the roulette, which doesn't affect the results at all. The impact of gambling is astonishing. This market is expected to reach $1 trillion by 2030, which is close to the global domestic product of Turkey or the Netherlands. The Gambling Commission of the United Kingdom has published a survey on young people's gambling activities. The reported percentages are close to 30%, but I truly believe the number is likely higher, as people often avoid being honest about it. I have witnessed children gambling on their phones at school, and it's not an unusual occurrence. If you ask me what I would do with $500 and I was forced to spend it in a casino, I would try to pick a game with the least amount of house edge. Whenever I became profitable, I would take the money and run. The more time you spend gambling, the less likely you are to stay ahead of the system. Simple as that. Gambling has destroyed people, families. Stating that it is a game and can lead to addiction is not enough. Countries should be more careful, especially with young minds. See loot boxes in video games, for example. Nothing is done by accident. Smarter people than you and me work day and night to make these more and more addictive. Anyway, that's all for me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's something I wanted to get off my chest. If you're interested in more videos like this, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching until the end. See you next time.